In today's video, I'm going to share with you a live cold call in virtual wholesaling where I locked up and took down a deal live in virtual wholesaling when I was 19 years old. This is unreleased footage. This is footage that I've actually had locked up in the vault. This is actually a video that's in my acquisitions team's training in my personal wholesaling real estate business. We are revamping the acquisitions training. So I'm going to let this video go out to the public and actually give it to you guys of me actually at 19 years old. This was in 2019. I was 19 years old and I closed a $57,000 wholesaling real estate deal. I had a lot of objections. I had a seller that maybe didn't want to close and then I got them to close. I built rapport. I did everything right in this deal at 19 years old. There's extremely few real estate wholesaling virtual videos like this of someone actually closing a deal and locking it up. So I'm ready to share it with you. So this is a deal I closed at 19 years old. I had it saved for my acquisitions people and now I'm releasing the public because we're revamping the acquisitions training. Remember, I'm not perfect. I was 19 years old, but I got the deal done. So without further ado, let's share the exact recordings and then we'll break it down after. I don't want to pause it and then talk about it. I just want you to hear the raw, uncut version of me closing a deal at 19 years old, virtual wholesaling. This is my first call I actually made to the seller. First call, got the deal done. 1 out of 1. Let's get it.
I just had a couple more questions about the
Okay.
Yeah, so I saw it was a 3-2 CBS. What really needs to be done with the house?
Would it be simpler if I just took some pictures and sent them to you?
Yeah.
And then you have an idea whether it's worth your time?
Yeah, definitely. So you work at a assisted living facility in...
Yes.
Okay, which one? Okay, I don't think I've heard of that one. Yeah, there's a lot popping
We're
up.
really up and coming.
Okay,
We're
cool.
sort of up and coming.
Is it?
I did.
Okay, that's cool.
It
I
is.
just thought it was funny. Okay, yeah, so do you have a, how would you send the pictures? Just over email or something like that?
I can send them to you text. That's what you want. It's the simplest way. I can go around, take pictures, and, the house is, like I told you, it's kind of dirty at the moment. I literally worked 100 hours in the last 2 weeks, so,
Wow.
yeah, I work a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, I've had three Sundays off in the last month, so...
Okay.
Just to give you an idea, I put cherry custom cabinets in it. It's got granite countertops. I told you the master bedroom needs work. We had a leak in the shower handle, and it damaged the drywall, but it is a very short, it's not even a whole piece of drywall on that wall. There's a small section of floor that we took up and didn't replace. There is one thing I have to be honest and upfront with you. We smoke, and we smoke in the house. So there's a certain, I don't want that to come as a surprise.
No, it's paint. I'd probably have to replace some flooring, but it's not the end of the world, You're not smoking 5 packs a day, right?
No, nobody's here enough to smoke 5 packs a day.
It's only a problem when you smoke 5 a day. I'm just being honest. I've had some 5 a day. I can't do anything 1 to 2. It's not the best situation, but it's not the end of the world, really. So. Let's say, I can get an idea on my head. If I was just going to buy this house from you cash and I took care of that tax bill, and assuming there's no code violations, which I really have to check.
There isn't.
If I was just going to buy it cash and I gave you as much time as possible, what would that number really be?
Well, again, I'll be honest with you. You're the first person I've talked to about this. I do have to relocate the house. You're going to make money on it, and I understand that's your business and that's what you need to do. So I don't know what to say to that, because I know fair market value, if you sat down and do taxable value by 25% and all that, I've done that.
I mean, no BS. Like, I'm not here to fight you on stuff. I just like what's easy, no hassle. Like, I hate playing that cat and mouse game. You know.
Right. 90.
90. Okay. Well. Okay, I really have to look at the pictures, but I mean, if that'd be 90, and then is that 90 with or without the tax bill? I'm a little confused here.
Well, if you pay the tax bill and 90, that's 100,000 to you. And I know once you put a small amount of money into it, I'm going to say under 20,000 easy. You're going to make a fair profit off of it.
Well, you know what I can do? I'm just trying to think, like to make this like as easy as possible for you, because
right.
I can't look up your real tax bill, and I can't look up the code violations. Honestly,
there is no code violations.
Okay.
There's none. There's nothing against the title. There's no code violations. If there was, I would tell you because I'm an honest person.
I know. I understand that. I do trust you. You work at an assisted living facility. And those people they're at a higher standard.
Yeah, I can pass a Class 2 background check and a drug test.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
I'm going to send you pictures of my kitchen, which is very beautiful. I built a chef's kitchen in here when I bought the house.
Okay.
It's U-shaped. It has an island in the center and all that. I am going to send you a picture of the damage in the master bedroom so you can get an idea of it.
Okay.
If you'd like, I'll go out front and I'll take a picture of the front yard and the backyard so you can get an idea of what the house looks like.
I can do this, which is even less of a hassle, honestly. Let's say, if you signed a contract stating that I agree to buy the house for that price and I took care of the tax bill, what I could do is I could have my contractor come in and just look at it. You know, you just, no hassle. He just comes in, looks at it, and if he gives me the okay, then we can start the process as soon as possible, and we could get you on the way so I can just check, and I might be able to. I want to pay that tax bill sooner than later. Like, I'd love to pay it.
I want you to do that.
At the 30. If I sent you over a contract to sign, and then I can go to the city and say, I have a contract here. Can I take care of this tax bill before you increase it and get no late fee? Is that something you could do where you could sign the contract agreeing to sell the house, and then I can bring that contract over saying, I'm actually going to buy this house. I'm going to take care of this tax bill to the city, and then I can have my guy just come and look at it, and then I'll meet you in a week, and I can tell you what's going on. Okay.
No, I will sell you the house. I will not go to anybody else. I'm a woman of my word. I own the house outright. It has a clear title. There's no liens against it other than the tax bill.
So
no, it's not.
Yeah. So if I get this, because I'm going on 3 appointments tomorrow, and I don't have $1 million. I probably have enough to buy it and then put some money into it and rent it out. If I get you if you can sign it, then I can cancel these other appointments, and we can kind of, I can make this my number 1 priority. Would that be something you could possibly do today?
Can you give me an hour to think about it?
I really...
With that...
I
know you're a businessman, and I need to... Okay. But I want enough time to move. I've got to find something else to buy.
Well, I'll write in there you get 45 days. You think that's...
Okay, that's awesome.
If I do that, can I email you? You think we can do that right now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you text me your email and I can send everything over, and then I can call you. We can try to get this process going. Okay, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Send me your email right now. I'll write it. I pay tax bill, and you get 45 days. Just so I can have that and I can tell, hey, this contract says I'm paying the tax bill. Let's get this going.
Okay, 45 days from close.
Yes, I'll write that. It'll be on the notes right there. I'll call you when I send it, and you can look at it. We can talk about it together.
Okay, great.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
So after that, I had another phone conversation with her, and we went through this contract through Dotloop. So Dotloop is interesting. That's what we use. You can use DocuSign or any other thing like that. But so we had the easy peasy purchase and sales agreement. I had the address there. Everything was written out perfectly. 90,000. I was going to pay up to 10 grand of her tax bill. She wanted 45 days. I gave her 60 days. And the agreement was on May 7th, May 2019. And I had her sign on the dot loop. And that's it. So that's just a quick example of a virtual deal we did. I guess I got that mixed up, but an example of a deal is an example of a deal. So that's the virtual deal. So I got it closed, right? Signed for 90,000. We actually bought it, sold it for around 167,000. After the back taxes and everything, that left us with roughly around $57,000 in profit. Great deal. 19 years old. Really can't complain, right? Some things I want to really break down on this conversation is number one, I got some urgency when I was talking to that seller. I don't know if you could tell, but like when we're having that conversation, they said, "Oh, Zach, you're the first caller. First person who's ever talked to me about this." I know either they're going to want to talk to a million people or I got to close this right now. So that sense of urgency was there for me to actually close and like, oh, I got to close this thing now. Also, I think a really important thing I did there was I created urgency, because maybe it's like the seller thing. So I'm hot stuff, I could sell it to anyone. Maybe they could, but if I created urgency where like, hey, maybe I don't even want to buy this thing, I can create that urgency with where I'm pushing away from the seller a little, where they have to come back to me, and that creates urgency with them. So if I have urgency, they have urgency, we get this thing closed really quick. Speed is so important for virtual wholesaling, guys. It is essential for success. Next here was the Ford method. I used that for the rapport building. If you could see early on in the conversation, I built a lot of rapport talking about the person's job, their occupation. So if you think about an acronym, Ford, F-O-R-D, F, talk about their family, O, occupation, talk about their occupation, R, recreation, what they like to do for fun, and then D for dreams. It's focusing O on occupation because, that was working pretty well there. And she was just talking about it. So it worked very, very well there in that conversation. Helped me build that natural rapport. I was very calm during this conversation. I kept it cool, calm, chill. If I got nervous or rattled in that, I would have lost that deal. And because of the confidence I had in that phone conversation, and it's not perfect, I get it. There's a lot I could always improve. I was 19. I still got the deal closed virtually from here. The thing is, in wholesaling, we solve problems. The number one reason why I got that deal done was because I solved an urgent problem the seller had. That was that back taxes. That was the actual motivation for selling. It ended up being like $5,000 in back taxes, which if you theoretically look at it, if I was doing a $50,000 assignment, I had to pay that $5,000 out of my assignment fee. That'd be $45,000 assignment, and I got the deal done. Kind of a win-win for everyone. Also, the cash buyer could pay at that end. You just add the price on there. It doesn't really affect you, but if you agree to pay the taxes, the back taxes for you, that solved the problem and it got the deal done, and it makes the same amount of money. I kind of went with what's the no BS, no fluff, like what price works for you. And that straight up approach with the rapport I built worked very well. Now you got to understand here, and I think this is the biggest quote unquote critique I get from my acquisition staff of why I did this, not this, especially with this video, was why did I go at $90,000? The seller said they want to sell for 90. Why did I lock it up for $90,000? And there's a couple reasons on here. Number one, I saw massive motivation with that seller. That house that they said they did smoke in the house, they were smoking 3 to 4 packs a day in that house, not 5 packs technically. So I always thought I was making like 75 on this deal. So like I thought I was making a ton of money. And I sort of looked at my head. This is how my 19-year-old brain was looking. I was like, and I still look at it like this. Zach, wouldn't you rather take 100% of a $75,000 deal and get the thing locked up now? Or would you try to make $80,000 or $90,000 and now you're like a 50-50 because the seller's already kind of on the fence already? If I pushed a little more, the seller could have not signed with me, and then they would have gone with another wholesaler and I would have lost that deal. Remember, I made $57,000 on this deal. Other wholesalers during this deal would have offered $40,000, $30,000 less than me, and I definitely would have lost the deal from there. So you got to understand, if you have a really good deal and you can get it signed today, always take getting it signed today than maybe more money in the deal tomorrow. Now, this isn't a $5,000 deal. This is like $50,000 plus deals. You always got to look at it like that. I promise you right now, that will always net you the most money. And I think the last and most important part here, which I think a lot of virtual wholesaling acquisitions people need to understand, is I didn't push the seller. I guided the seller to a point. And I think that's where a lot of people get their real estate wholesaling deals wrong. It's where they fail a lot, is they push the seller seller too hard, and you're not going to be successful doing this. Now, I was sort of testing the boundaries of the seller here in this conversation where I was trying to get the deal signed today. I would have let them sign tomorrow or within an hour. I was trying to test their boundaries where they're at. And they said, hey, can I give an hour? I didn't say no, right? That would have been a little too aggressive. I said, well, I mean, I didn't even say anything else. Legitimate, I just did a frustrated reaction. And they said, you know what? We'll sign it now. And that, just giving that little bit, set a little boundaries of before no, and it helped a lot. So I set up the urgency with him saying, hey, I had 3 other appointments and I can cancel them tomorrow. I might not even be able to buy this deal. And that created the urgency with the on them wanting to sign in an hour, and boom, that worked really well. I got a yes from them, a verbal agreement for them to sign right now, sent over the e-signing signature, and the rest was history. And that's how I closed this deal, guys. This is a real, live, raw, uncut deal. In 2019, I was 19 years old. Obviously, if we scaled up our operations the way we talk, I would have done a lot less ums and buts in here. Hey, I was 19. What are you going to do? So, guys, I think the number one thing you got to understand was I wasn't perfect during this call, but I got a $50,000 deal. And the thing you got to understand is if a 19-year-old kid can do this, so can you. Okay? I'm not special. I don't have this deep, mature voice. I'm just pretty much an average 19-year-old kid. And if I could have done it, you can too. It's all about confidence in your delivery. So guys, go out here, start taking action, start testing some boundaries with your seller, have speed, build rapport, and you'll do well. Let me know if you guys like this video, if you want me to release some more live calls like this from the past and see what we can do. The old ones when I was 17, 18 years old are a little more cringy, but maybe I'll go release them. We'll see. But guys, appreciate it. Do me a big favor and smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.